Hello again. Well, I'd just like to say something, and I don't want to make a big thing about it, but there's 500,000 people in England now striking for a raise. How about the other 5 million people that haven't got a union? They're worse off than the union people. Are you not going to give them a raise? The public out there, you don't want a raise? You just going to get a raise if you're a union worker. That's not fair. That's why no one can get a raise. You can't give a raise to just some people and not others. You couldn't do that. It would be totally unfair. The person working at Tesco's is earning less money anyway. Second point. Now I hear from Mark Stein, you're just 37% English now in London, Newcastle, all over the place. He says that's rather alarming. I would agree. So you're saying in China, if Red Square was just 37% Chinese and the rest was all foreigners, that would be okay? Of course, it's not okay. Then I come to my next point. If your mother or your sister or your brother was old and died because they didn't have enough heat or something to eat, while you're giving 26-year-olds unlimited heat, a motel room, a hotel room, a four-poster bed, and everything they want, including spending money, what are you doing? Are you trying to empty England of English people? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like the people that are running the country, which I would get rid of now. I would say, all of you go home. We don't need you because you're destroying England and the way we live and the old people and everything. I mean, old people shouldn't be allowed to freeze or go without a meal. They've been good to England. I don't get it. I'll be honest with you, I don't get any of this stuff. I would do away with the House of Lords, House of Commons. I would come up with something new because these people over the last 40 years have not looked after real English people. They've made it now into a foreign land. Is that what you all wanted? Mark Stein and lots of other people say they want to have more cheap labour so they haven't got to pay real English people good money. Well, how are you going to have an economy? You're not. And then who voted to give these people all this free stuff? A 26-year-old? He can live on the streets and he can work and he can make a bit of money and he can get by. A 68-year-old can't. It's just really, really strange. Now it's getting really strange. It's getting like, the Twilight Zone. And then we've got Boris Johnson, who wants to start World War III. Of course, you don't want the place next door to Russia be part of NATO. I would have stopped Russia straight away in the very beginning. Our stupid Mr. Obama took away told them to take away, plus the English said, take away your nuclear weapon. Russia wouldn't invade it if they had a nuclear weapon. So give them another one. Give them two or three. have them pointing at Russia in Ukraine, and there won't be any more war. But you put them with NATO, and there'll be World War III, and Putin will use the nuke. There's one thing about Putin. If you've got a nuke pointing at him, he's going to hesitate. But if you've got an army, or you've got the UN, or the whole of Europe going to go with Russia, he'll start nuking people. I just don't get it. Why don't you want England to be England? What is it all about? What is the foreign thing? What is it all about these bigger states? I just heard one that's in the middle of England, 16,000 acres for bird hunting, and I like to bird hunt. 16,000 acres? And no free camping at Dartmoor? Of course that's not going to happen. Go, people, go and enjoy your free camping at Dartmoor. Enjoy yourself. I'm really kind of, if I lived in England, I'd be scared. Yeah, scared and frightened. Yeah, sure would. And, all of you should get your permit for your handgun. I mean, you've got to be able to defend yourself. No one talks about that. No one ever touches that subject because it's taboo in England. It's not taboo in America. Everybody's got a handgun to protect themselves. You've got all these knifing people. We never had knifing people in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. Well, the 80s anyway. I left in the 80s. But I mean, knifing people? And then people that aren't doing their full thing in prison, that are being let off, that are then raping people and murder? No, it's very, very, very dangerous to go anywhere near that area. Okay. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, and it's rather scary and frightening. And I don't know. It does not look good. Bye-bye.